something that Mark Ruffalo talked about. He's the only one who can save the Thor franchise. Let's check it out.
Hey, John, this is Joe here. I just seen a post that Mark Ruffalo he said that he's just waiting on Marvel to call him back to the Thor franchise so he can save the Thor franchise. What's your thoughts on that? I don't think he's joking, actually.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in. All right. So here's what's happening. We all know that Thor Love and Thunder. Listen, there are a lot of people who like Thor Love and Thunder. I liked it. I thought it was a major step down from Ragnarok. But a bunch of people like it. But even the people who like it, like me, will say that it was a major step down from Thor Ragnarok. Like most of us agree about that. Maybe some people like it more than Thor Ragnarok. That's great if you do. Some people really dislike the movie. So here's what's going on. Mark Ruffalo was at a convention. He was at the Emerald City Comic Con. And he was asked about, I think the question they asked him, if you could do a buddy cop movie with any, like as Bruce Banner with any other of the MCU characters, who would it be? And he basically said Chris Hemsworth. Actually, let's go over, this is specifically what he said. This comes from the folks over at CBR. Ruffalo said, I have a soft spot for Chris Hemsworth. So I keep waiting for them to invite me back to Thor franchise to save it. That's a joke. I'm canceled, Ruffalo said, seemingly poking fun at Thor Love and Thunder for being one of Marvel's lowest rated movies with a 6.3 rating on IMDb, which is irrelevant, and a B+ grade on Cinema Score. So he comes out and he says, I keep waiting for them to invite me back to be in Thor. So as he sips his tea, I can save the franchise. Now, of course, Ruffalo quickly did follow it up that says, I'm joking. Was he?
Come on, John.
Was he?
Come on, man.
Because here's the thing. I'm gonna throw this out there. Within the best sarcastic jokes, the best sarcastic jokes have a little kernel of truth, maybe just a small spattering of truth. Now look, Mark Ruffalo loves his fellow MCU cast members and is beloved by his fellow MCU cast members. And I've seen a lot of stuff with him and Chris Hemsworth together. These are two guys who clearly get along fantastically. Like they love each other. So I'm sure there was no meanness intended in Mark Ruffalo's statement. Mark Ruffalo is also very, very keenly aware. I think he's a fabulous Oscar caliber actor. But Mark Ruffalo is also keenly aware that amongst the pantheon of MCU actors, he's probably one of the lowest in popularity. Like he knows Hemsworth is way more popular than he is and all that kind of, he gets that. And he loves it. It's whatever. So I have no doubt that he's telling the truth when he says, they need me to save it. I'm joking, by the way. I have no doubt that he was joking. Okay, but joke as it is there a bit of truth to it? Because I say,
you say,
there is actually a little bit of truth to that. I think look, Chris Hemsworth has publicly said many times that one of the reasons he loved doing Ragnarok so much is that Taika Waititi allowed him to do something very different with Thor than he had done previously. And he really enjoys that. But I think really having him on his own, like Thor in the Thor, yes, Jane was there, but he's had Jane there before. It was really Thor's movie, right? Ragnarok was also Thor's movie, but it was Thor and kind of Hulk, right? I mean, who's the biggest in the poster? Hulk's the biggest in the poster. And I almost feel like maybe one of the reasons they let the humor get away from them a little bit in Thor Love and Thunder was because maybe they didn't have another character to kind of anchor it a little bit more. So I would say this, if they were to tell me, if Kevin Feige were to call me tomorrow and say, hey, we're going to do another Thor movie. Should we do it? Should we pair Thor up with another character again? Do you think we should do it with Hulk or without Hulk? And despite the fact that right now we have frickin' Family Barbecue Hulk, which I hate I love Mark Ruffalo. I loved Hulk in the first episode of She-Hulk. I did. But, I mean, where's the real Hulk? Where's the real Hulk? Where is he? Because this family barbecue Hulk is not a Hulk I want to see with Thor. I want to see this Hulk with Thor. That's what I want to see. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.
John, look at the bright side. Do you know the amount of meat Hulk would bring to that barbecue? Everyone's full. Everyone's
full. Except he'd eat it all. Look at that. He's got to eat like 40,000 calories a day. You know what? Side note, one YouTuber I really like watching every once in a while, I think his name is Comics Explained.
Oh, yeah.
I was going through, he had a 3-hour video up of going through the Immortal Hulk storyline, right? And I was watching a bunch of his breakdown of Immortal Hulk. And it's like, oh, that just makes me miss this Hulk. Like, you can do Hulk with a little bit of intelligence, just not Professor Hulk. I don't like family barbecue Hulk. That's all. But listen, I think there's a little bit of a grain of truth to it. I think that, so I totally think there's no drama here. I don't think Mark Ruffalo was dead serious about that. I don't think Mark Ruffalo's the kind of guy who would say, you need me to save your thing. I don't think he believes that at all. But
if anything, Loki would do better at saving than
Hulk. Yeah. Listen, you really, I think missed Loki in Thor: Love and Thunder. I get it. They're trying to have Loki doing his own thing now, and I respect that. But having Loki in there as well is a really good. I love Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston together. But I mean, look again. If Feige were to call me tomorrow and say, "Listen, we're gonna have Hulk, Thor, and Loki all together in the next one," I'd say start shooting that thing tomorrow. Go for it. That would be great.
But they're at a barbecue. then before you hang up, he's like, "Wait, John." But they're at a barbecue.
It's at a barbecue.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's at a barbecue.
I'm like, whoa, what?
Here he greenlit it. We got
I have to ask, where did this family barbecue come? Were they actually going to do it?
That's the last scene of She-Hulk where they're having a big family barbecue, and of course, Bruce is her cousin, so Bruce shows up at family barbecue.
I thought it was because he had like the shirt on that you assumed they're.
Oh no, they were there.
I still have a suspicion though that they are nerfing him so much to make us feel like, oh, he's got this guy so under control. He's showing up at family barbecues just for the juxtaposition when he loses control,
which would be
it gets
insane.
Bad.
Listen, hear me, people of the movie sphere. If they do say use all of this gentle, kind family barbecue Hulk, the Mr. Rogers Hulk, as just a big setup for a world breaker Hulk, for a World War Hulk, if they do all that where, like, listen, we know in the comics, and I don't think they're going to follow this way in the movies, but we know in the comics, one of the things, this is just one of the elements, but the death of Hulk's son is one of the things that triggers the events of World War Hulk.
Choked on a rib at the barbecue.
I told you. If it like that kind of sets it up. If they use all this happy nappy time Hulk just to set up a breaking of that Hulk to where he breaks and becomes more enraged than ever before, I, for one, will I will send a box of Krispy Kreme donuts to Kevin Feige's house.
So you're saying in wrestling terms, this is a work.
If it's a work, I don't think it is, but if it's a work just to set up Bruce losing his mind, it'll be a brilliant move.
You know how much
I made a wrestling term.
Yeah, and you know how much same with Superman. I'm not too that big of a fan of the Hulk because he's overpowered. I think he kicks all the heroes I like's asses. But if this were to happen, I would be all for it. It would be insane.
Hey, listen, who they bring into who's the whisper saying they're bringing into the MCU?
Oh yeah, I know. But
who is it? Who is it?
Sentry, right?
That guy right behind you.
Who's the one guy in World War Hulk that went toe to toe with Hulk?
I would love.
Again, I'm not saying it's what they're doing.
Yes,
I don't believe they're doing it. I don't believe they're doing it. I'm just saying if they did. How did this Thor topic become a Hulk talk? And I'm not sure. But if they did, I'm just saying it would be mind blowing. Look, you put Hulk in Thor, I think I'm all for it. But I think Ruffalo was joking. Anyway, question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Ruffalo's joking that, hey, you need to put me in the Thor to save the franchise there. I mean, he was joking, but was there a kernel of truth to that? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.